Greetings. Hope all is well wherever you're at. Here's my latest update on Measure 114. You may have heard the Oregon Supreme Court, for the second time, refused to issue an order dissolving the injunction in Harney County. And I predicted that they would dissolve it, and I was wrong, but I'm still right. Let me explain. They did do that. However, when they issued the order, they issued it without prejudice. I'll put a link down there. But what that means is that the Oregon Attorney General can come back to the state Supreme Court. They didn't. If they wanted to conclude that matter, finally they dismiss it with prejudice, where they couldn't come back, and they did not do that. And let me tell you what I think the reasons are why they did it. The Oregon Attorney General went to the Oregon Supreme Court and asked for an order, a writ of mandamus, and I'll put a link down to that too. And I guess what I didn't really fully understand it when I made the last video was that the writ of mandamus is an extraordinary remedy, and it's not generally granted, only rarely. So the fact that the Oregon Supreme Court did not hear the case, it doesn't really mean too much. It's, in my opinion, it's more of a procedural thing than a substantive thing. Substantive? That's a hard word to say. Substantive. It's more of a substance. It's not. It's more of a procedural thing, and meaning that the Supreme Court wants the drama in Harney County to play out before they're going to issue any orders. And the proper order of things, the general order of things, is that the case is heard in circuit court, and then the losing party can appeal to the Court of Appeals, and then it goes to the Supreme Court. And that's the usual course of things. And so the good guys are going to win over in Harney Court, it looks like. And but after that, the Oregon Attorney General has already said that they're committed and to getting Measure 114 into effect and taking away your rights. And what you have to understand about the Oregon Supreme Court, all the justices now on the Oregon Supreme Court were appointed by a liberal, left-wing Oregon governor, without exception, every single one of them. And if they were really freedom-loving, constitutional, patriotic Americans, they would have never been appointed to the Supreme Court in the first place. Or a liberal left-wing Oregon governor is not going to do that. And that's how the game's played. And that's what you have sitting up there on the Oregon Supreme Court. So, yes, they did not issue an injunction, but there's a long way for this to go to play out. And it may ultimately be decided in, well, not ultimate, maybe it will be decided in federal court, I believe, ultimately. But that's what it is. So at this point, the Harney County judge's injunction is still in effect, and you can still own large capacity magazines. Go get them while you can, and and you don't have to go through some rigorous uh, permit process that's patently unconstitutional for now, at least. And so it's still an unfolding story, and I'm not a pessimist, but I am a realist, and I don't think, given the nature of the Oregon Supreme Court, that ultimately it's going to prevail there. So that's just my opinion, and so for now, I'll keep the crow in the refrigerator. I'll put them in the freezer, and if I have to eat some crow later, I'll do it. Anyway, hope all is well, and there's your update on Measure 114. It's still it's still not in effect.